Garrett Alberson shared that he was heartbroken after coming up short in the Cowboy Classic at Lucas Oil Speedway after he dominated much of the race. Roll this up over at stockcarreport.com. You can find the link in the description below. And Alberson put together a great night early, setting the fastest lap in qualifying, completely dominating his heat race, and then leading 32 of the first 45 laps of the race. However, Hudson O'Neal found something with his car about halfway through the race, following a caution with 21 laps to go. O'Neal restarted in third, and after a brief battle with Ricky Thornton Jr., he was able to eventually clear him, going down the backstretch with 18 laps to go. O'Neal then set his sights on Alberson, whose car seemed to fade a bit compared to earlier in the race. He had only been able to manage to gap O'Neal and Ricky Thornton Jr. by about a quarter of the straightaway compared to earlier in the race, where he was pulling out to a nearly full straightaway lead. O'Neal would quickly close the gap, took the top spot from Alberson with just 12 laps to go. He would then check out after passing Alberson, who fell into the clutches of Devin Moran, who eventually was able to work his way around Alberson on the final lap of the race as they were trying to, as Alberson was trying to navigate the lap car of Clay Stuckey. In his podium interview with Flow Racing following the race, Alberson looked clearly dejected when he was asked if there was anything he could have done to have held off O'Neal and Moran. He said, "I guess maybe protect that bottom a little bit longer or something. Man, it's so hard to judge the pace of these things from the lead. It really is. I mean, Hudson, Devin, Ricky, Davenport, all these guys are just so good at playing off your weaknesses and stuff like that, and I just got to get better at it. Yeah, I hate it for my guys. They've been working their butts off, but really proud of them. The car was really good. It's a great place to start the weekend at." Which he's absolutely right on that. I mean, super quick time in qualifying, dominated that heat race, and was looking really, really strong in the beginning portion of the race and for much of the race until Hudson O'Neal really came on strong there at the end or towards the half of the race. Then took him a little bit to get around Ricky Thornton and then was able to work on Alberson there. But after he thanked his sponsors, he then said, "I want to win these really bad. I know it probably doesn't look like it sometimes watching it, but I really do. If anyone is watching Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series on a regular basis, I think it's very clear that Garrett Alberson wants to win these races. You see him wheeling it hard every time he is in the car. One of the things that comes to my mind was a little bit of a dust-up between him and Ricky Thornton Jr. I think it was a couple of weeks ago. Alberson put together a nice little slider on Ricky, a little bit tight. I'm not sure if they made contact, but you could tell racing really, really hard for that position there. I think it might have actually been at Fairbury during Illinois Speed Week, if memory serves. I'd have to check that one, though. But we got some more comments from Alberson. He spoke to dirtondirt.com in the tech building following the race, and he compared the feeling from this race to last year, where he got passed by Ricky Thornton Jr. with just 2 laps to go in the same race last year after he had dominated much of it as well. And this is what he said: "I feel just about as heartbroken. I mean, that would have been the first win with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series last year, but they're just so hard to come by. When you lead laps, it eats at you getting passed like that." He then shared more about what he missed during the race that he thought he should have done a better job on. And he said, "It's a little hard to know where to be. I had gone down and run that bottom a couple of times, but I didn't realize that was getting in that like drag race mode. It doesn't seem like all that often this thing goes into like full on drag race mode. And so it really wasn't like super on my radar because I felt like I could do better just to keep my speed up. So yeah, when it went into drag race mode like that, I think I'd already gotten beat right there. Then I was all right, running second. But once I realized it was like that, I needed to be a little bit tighter probably to actually have a shot to go a race against Hudson O'Neal again." He then concluded saying, "Yeah, it gets frustrating, because everybody works hard. Everybody puts a lot into it, and I know I can do it. It's just like sometimes just being in the right place at the right time just doesn't seem to fall our way." I think it's going to come his way very soon. He is putting in all of the work. He obviously has an extraordinarily fast car. He's been very consistent in qualifying and then getting through the heat races and getting good starting positions in the feature and then putting on dominating performances, much like we saw last night at the Cowboy Classic. So if he continues to do that, the wins are definitely going to come. But a third place finish is nothing nothing to sneeze at, and it still keeps him in 4th place in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, ahead of Hudson O'Neal. Obviously, Hudson, with the win, has shrunk that lead to just 25 points now that Alberson has over him. But he has kind of extended the lead over Brandon Sheppard. It's a 175-point advantage over him. And then Brandon Overton, with some tough mechanical issues last night, the lead over him has been extended to 190 points. And Dalton Wilson has fallen even further there. You can see he only has 3,020 points compared to Alberson's 3,430. So he's 410 points behind, pretty much out of the battle there for the 4th place spot now, which is obviously between Alberson, O'Neal, Sheppard, and Overton for the most part there. Moran clearly having a 235-point advantage over Alberson, firmly in that 3rd position, and just a little bit behind Davenport there, about 105 points behind. So easily within striking distance. But Alberson is, I think, going to get one here. I think he's going to get one here soon. He's been putting off some really good, consistent races. He's shown a ton of speed. If they can keep that speed towards the end of the race, they are going to start winning quite a bit of these races, I think. And I think they're close. They are extraordinarily close. So he might feel heartbroken after last night's race, but I think they showed that they are definitely in it to win it, and they can win these races. And you got to be prepared for Garrett Alberson moving forward. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below.